What is something that someone said to you that is so stupid you thought they were joking? We were watching the channel about a couple of murderers that were executed. During the reenactment scenes, dude next to me says that's cool that they let them out of prison to film this. A kid from my neighborhood was famous for two things. One was starring in a reenactment of a mugging on a national TV show, and the other was getting beaten up by a little old lady who saw him on TV the night before and decided to make a citizen's arrest. My shift lead at the microbiology lab I work at told me that they believe that dinosaurs didn't ever exist, that they were mythical beasts like unicorns and it'd be cool if they were ever real, but they weren't, so it's not. She also said that all fossils found are fakes to just get publicity. My 4-year also thought this, except the fake fossil part. Girl told me she had to delete some photos off her phone because her phone was feeling too heavy. Same girl thought potatoes grew on trees. School I worked at had a long-term sub in 8th grade because nobody wanted the position. One day in the lounge I mentioned how one of her students was really annoying. I'm the art teacher, and she goes, "UGGGH, that little retard is so freaking annoying. He's trying to learn German too." I didn't respond because she just called a student a retard and was also trying to understand why him trying to learn German made him a retard. Then she goes, "Here's what I wanna know. German and Japanese, is they different?" I stared at her for a while thinking she was making a joke, but she kept waiting for an answer. When I explained German came from Germany and Japanese from Japan, she goes, "Ugh." I once had a conversation with a co-worker who told me that they wished they had lived back in medieval times because it would have been fun to battle orcs and dragons. This was right when the Lord of the Rings movies were coming out and were very popular. At first, I assumed he was saying he would like to live in the LOTR universe. After a minute, I had a sudden realization. I came to realize he meant that he thought dragons and orcs and things like that really existed at one time. I, and several of our co-workers, spent the rest of the day, and months after, trying to convince him that wasn't the case. He strongly believed that during the dinosaur age there were also dragons, orcs, trolls etc, and we were fighting them with swords and knights. It was funny up until dinosaur age, at which point it advanced to completely hilarious. Not me, but a friend. She's from the Philippines and she legitimately got asked if she lived in the trees when she was there. I have a friend from Brazil who was also asked by a mutual friend if she and her family lived in a tree. She replied that because her family was so wealthy, they lived in 3 trees connected together. I was on a road trip with my wife and I had just woken up and I remarked, "Hey look, cows." She honestly responded, "Those aren't cows, they aren't black and white." I laughed, thought she was joking. Nope, straight up thought all cows were black and white. Should have told her the brown cows were for chocolate milk. See how long you could keep it going.